So today, what we are going to do is we are going to work with the Apache Web Server. So a lot of people might not know about what is the meaning of web server. First of all, remember, I'll tell one basic point for you. All of us are going to use the applications. So it might be any kind of application. Let's take one application. I'm taking a Netflix application. Netflix. If you see I'm clicking on the Netflix here, I'm going to open an UI here. So if you see, it is the user interface of Netflix. We might wonder, sir, how this user interface is coming to our laptop means a lot of people will think it is the application we have downloaded on our local. But behind the scenes, it is not the thing which is going to work for us. I'll tell you in the real-time scenario, how you are able to see the network interface once you click on the Google. So let me open Paint here. Once I click on Paint, so the session is going to be very, very interesting for you. So please focus on the session while I'm explaining. I'll teach everything from the scratch here. Okay. So not only the stuff which is mentioned on the workshop, I'll teach from the very, very basic stuff here. For example, sir, we are using a Netflix application. Okay. We are using a Netflix application. So what we think is when you go to Play Store, the Netflix application is available. We are downloading the Netflix application from the Play Store. Lot of people is going to think like this only, but it is not going to happen on the real time. See, whatever the application you are using, the application is not on the Play Store. Okay. The application is going to be hosted on a server. For example, let me show you. I create one server. Okay, I create one server. In real time, how the things will work is application is always going to be developed by developers only. We all know this point. Okay. In real time, application is going to be developed by the developers itself. So let me take one developer. So developer 1 he is, and developer 2 he is, and developer 3 he is. What they will do is they'll write some piece of code. Okay. Developer 1 will write the code, developer 2 will write the code, and developer 3 will also going to be write the code. So once they write the code, what happens is all the code we are going to combine, and all the code we are going to merge into a central platform that is called as GitHub. Okay. If I take something here, I'll take one medium. This medium is called as GitHub. Okay. All this work is going to be done on local only, where developer 1, developer 2, developer 3 write the piece of code on their local laptop. Okay. Everything I'm mentioning here. Developer 1 will write their code on local. Developer 2 will write the code on local. Developer 3 is also going to be write the code on local level only. I think you are able to see my screen, right? Can you ping me on chat? Are you able to see my screen? Okay. Okay. Everything seems it's fine. Sir, when developer 1, developer 2, and developer 3 are able to write their source code on local, that means they will develop the application on their local laptop only. Tell me one thing. He is a developer. These guys are developer. They developed an application. The application is developed on local laptop only. Like local means your laptop. Sir, in real time, what is the reason for developing the application? The application we want to give to the users, right? We want to give to the users. That means if they develop on their local laptop, they cannot give to the users. Why? Because if someone want to use the application is on local laptop only, and that local laptop need to be shared to everyone. Okay. So it is not possible. For that purpose, what they will do is they will write the source code. They will put a source code on the central platform called GitHub. What they will do is they'll put the source code on the central platform called GitHub. Sorry, let me solve this one. It is not GitHub, it is GitHub. Okay, they will put the source code on GitHub. Okay, fine. So what is the purpose of moving the source code from local to GitHub? Means everyone can access the source code. If it is on local, only developer can able to access. For that purpose, what we are able to do is we are going to push it to the GitHub. Is the point clear up to now? Can you ping me on chat once? Okay. So one more time I'll tell you. So in real time, if you want to develop an application, we need multiple developers. So I have taken here 3 developers, developer 1, 2, 3. And what they will do is they'll write this piece of code. But the piece of code is on their local laptop only. Okay, their local laptop only. That means the application will work on their local laptop only. Sir, in real time, we create the applications. To give to the users only, not for our purpose. For that purpose, what we have done is we are creating the applications on server level. That means if I create one server, in this server, I'll place my application. So let's take Netflix application. Okay, Netflix. So from the server, multiple user can able to access the application. User 1, user 2. So user 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've taken here 10 users, like not only 10, you can take multiple users as well. Okay. Sir, it is the flow that is going to happen on the real time. So multiple users can be able to access the application from the server itself, not single. So multiple users able to access the application. So first of all, developer write the source code on local, they will give it to the GitHub. From the GitHub, the source code is going to push it to the server. It is our server. Okay. From the GitHub, the source code is going to push to the server. So from the server, the users are going to use the application. So this is how the real time works for you guys. Okay. Up to now, what we have think is application is on local level. Okay. Application is on local level, but the local level application is going to take to the GitHub. From the GitHub, the application is going to the server level. From the server level, everyone is going to access the application. So it is how the flow is going to work on the real time scenarios. So in today's class, whatever we are going to learn is completely on the real time basis only. So it will help you a lot and the subject is going to be very, very clear. Okay. Okay. After seeing this diagram, you might wonder about, sir, what is the GitHub here? What is the server here? It is a new for us. Why? Because you are fresher. You might not have anything about your server level knowledge. But don't worry, here I'm going to tell you what is the meaning of server and how to create a server as well. Okay. Before I tell you what is the meaning of server, can anyone tell me what is a server actually? I'll explain you, but before I would like to know one thing. What is the meaning of server? Which is serves web pages. Okay. Cloud space, monitoring, data storing. Okay. Still. Still any answer from your end? I'll explain what is the meaning of it, but still any answer. Accepting the request and sending the response. Perfect. It's a logical or physical machine which gives responsibility on the request. Okay, fine. Where user can interact with the application. Okay. Servers are going to store a source code and when request come, it will respond. Okay. Like familiar response, like all are giving good response only. But I'll clear something for you. What is the meaning of server? So I'll tell on the real-time scenario. Like I'm not going to tell the what we call this one exact definition which Google is going to given by us. Okay. So remember, what are the subject you are going to learn? I'm not going to tell the Google definition. So I'll tell on the real-time practical way which you can be able to remember for the lifetime. Okay. So to explain the server concept, I'll take real-time servers. Real-time server means here, like whenever you go for a restaurant, all of you definitely visit restaurants once in a lifetime. Correct or not? So I'm also taking the same thing here. For example, when I go to restaurant with my friends and family, what happened means, see, it's me. Okay, it's me. What I'll order is I'll order some biryani. I'll order some biryani. So this kid will order some sweets. Okay, some sweets. And this lady will order some like salads. Okay, salads. So here if you see there are multiple people. There are multiple people. So first guy will order biryani, second guy will like second kid will order sweets, and the third lady will order salads. Here if you see there are multiple people, whose requirement are different requirement from each other. Okay. This man requirement is different. Kid requirement is different and salad requirement is also different. So multiple users are there. That means multiple requirements are also there. So if they want to get all of those requirements, they will call one server. They will call the server. This server is going to take response from the user. Okay. Sir, what do you want? This guy will say, I want biryani. Server will serve biryani for him. And again, this kid will order, ma'am, I want sweets. Again, the server is going to deliver sweets for him. So this lady will order to the server. So she wants salad. Again, the server is going to serve salad for the lady. This is the best example of to demonstrate a server. Okay. So one more time, I'll repeat for you. To explain the server concept, I have used the restaurant example. So in restaurant, there are multiple people. So this guy wants biryani, and this boy wants sweets, and this lady wants salads. So here multiple people are there and they have multiple requirements. So whenever he wants some biryani, he will tell to server, okay, server, just bring me a biryani. This server is going to deliver biryani to the man. And this kid is saying that he wants sweets. So he said to the server and server is going to serve to the kid. Okay. So this lady ordered salad. So server take the response from the lady and serves salad to the lady. So this is how the real-time things will work in the same manner. I'll tell you in the real-time aspect now. Up to now, you have learned in normal scenario, like daily based scenario. But here, what I'm going to tell you now is, I'll tell you the real-time aspect. So let me open a new page. So for example, if you see here, I have an application, sir. I have one application. For example, let's take Paytm application. Let's take, for example, in Paytm, we have 4 services. First one is movie service. Second one is train service. Movies, train, and third one is DTH service. And fourth one is recharge. Okay. So these are the 4 services we have on a server. For example, see here there are multiple users. So I'm the user one. For example, let's take me only. I'm the user one. I want to book movie tickets. So when I go to the browser, and give Paytm movies. When I go to the browser and Paytm movies, so directly I'm able to get the Paytm movies, sir. Live example I'm telling, okay? So let's take any of the city. Here you are seeing the live example. So Paytm is going to offer me the movies. So here I create one application, Paytm application. In Paytm application, we have multiple services. The application is hosted on the server level. When the user click on movie tickets, directly I am able to open the movie tickets. Okay, it is user one. So now again we have user two. And user want to book train tickets. Which tickets? Train tickets. So now in the last example, So user 1 wants biryani, server serve the biryani. Now user 2 wants sweet, right? Here also user 2 want train ticket service. And who is going to serve them means server is going to serve them. Okay. They will send a request. They will send a request. What means Paytm train. It is the request. The request is going to take in the server and server is going to send the response to the user. So here if you see, I am able to access the Paytm train page. Okay. So this is also clear now. And what is the third application here? So Paytm recharge. Let's take recharge. So user 3 is there. User 3 is there. Their user 3 ordered salad. Their user 3 in previous example, user 3 ordered salad, and here I am ordering recharge. So I'm requesting Paytm to serve the recharge service for me. Okay. I'll go to the browser and I'll open Paytm recharge. If you see, I'm able to get the recharge service now. Okay. Same like whatever the previous example I have explained for you. Whatever the previous example I have explained to you. Same thing I have explained you on real-time scenario. Okay. So real-time also multiple user will be there. Their user requirement is going to be different. And these requirements are going to be fulfilled by the server only. Now, is the live example clear for you guys? Can you ping me on comment once? I'm waiting for your comment response. Because if you give response for me, like it will be more clear for me, like whether you are understanding the concept or not. Okay. I would like to get response from all of you. Okay, clear. Everything is fine. So, okay, fine. Okay, thanks. Thanks for your response, guys. Please respond like this until the session ends. Why? Because you are going to learn the very good concept here. You are going to create your own application here. Okay. Okay. So now it is fine. It is fine up to now. We have created a basic application to demonstrate the server. Okay. So now it is fine, sir. What exactly we are going to do now is here. You said server is going to serve to the users. Server is going to serve to the users. Okay, then fine. So when coming to the server, how many type of servers we are going to have now? Okay, how many type of servers we are good? Like you said about server, in real time, we don't have single server, guys. We have multiple servers. Okay. Servers are the computer that run services. That means server is also a computer that is very big computer. But inside this computer, we are going to run our services. Okay. We are going to run our services to serve the users. Okay. Same example. Okay. This server is going to serve to the user, right? Here also in real time, servers are also going to serve the services to the users only. That means to provide service to the other computers. Why? Because users are going to access the application from the computer or either mobile phones. Anything is fine. These servers are used for various purposes like hosting a website, running an application, storing the data. Like in today's class, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to create one Netflix clone application. I'll show you how to create one Netflix clone application or any some normal application. Okay. Then coming to the type of servers are in real time, I'm talking about majorly 3 applications. I mean like 3 servers we need to create to host an application. Majorly I'm talking about. First major thing is web server. In today's class, today's session, we are going to completely focus on the web server only. What is the meaning of web server? Means here, see, whenever a user try to connect, that is going to connect to the cloud. From the cloud, first of all, the request is going to the web server. Web server means the server which have front-end code. Okay. What is the meaning of web server? Means the server which have front-end code. That means web pages like index.html, CSS, JavaScript, every front-end code is going to be hosted on the web server only. So example are like Apache is one of the web server, which we are going to discuss on today's class. Nginx is one of the web server. IIS is one of the web server. And GWS means Google Web. Like we have multiple web servers, guys, not only single. We will have multiple web servers. Second one is application server. Front-end code is going to be written on web server. Back-end code is going to be written on the app server. And finally, database server. These are the 3 important servers which we must and should need to use on the real time. Again, one more time I'm telling. Okay. Types of servers when we are going to classify mainly 3 types. First of all, web server. Web server means like Apache is one of the web server. This server is used to host the front end code. Application server means here we can host the back end code. Database server means here we can store the data. So now it seems very clear for you how the things is going to work for you. Okay, sir, fine. You are telling about servers, but how to create a server? My question to you is, you are telling about how to create a server, but like how we can create a server means it is very easy. First of all, to create a server, okay, to create a server, we need to have AWS account. Guys, server means not only AWS servers, like you can have multiple servers. I mean, like you can create servers on like Azure, you can create servers on GCP, anything is fine. But here I am preferring AWS cloud. So I'll explain now step by step for you. So let me open one notepad to write this stuff for you. I am giving the name as workshop. So here I am telling you every basic point. First of all, what is the meaning of server? Server is a computer which runs services. Which runs services. First thing. Okay. Server is nothing but a computer, but it is going to run the services. Okay. To serve the end users. What is the main purpose of using server? To serve the end users. Coming to the types of servers, first one is majorly web server. Which server? Web server. What is the main purpose of using web server? Means to host the front end part. To host, I mean like simply I am writing for front end part. Example is Apache. Okay. Second one is app server. Sir, what is the main purpose of using app server? Means for backend purpose. For backend part. For front end part, we will use web server. For backend part, we will use app server. So example is Tomcat. Of course, we have a number of things, not only synchronous, we have a number of web servers and app servers. Third one is DB server. What is the purpose of using DB server? Means for database. For data storing. So the database, like we can use any kind of database, like we can use SQL or MySQL or MS SQL, like anything is fine. Forget about this database server. So server, you know what is the meaning of server? You know, it is a computer that runs services to serve the end user. This part, you know. Coming to the type of servers, web server is for front end part, app server is for back end part, and database server is to storing the data. Okay, to storing the data. So I think it might clear up to now. Okay, sir. But here, if you want to create a server, how to create a server means to create server, we need to follow 7 steps. How many steps? 7 steps. I'll tell one by one for you. First of all, guys, to create a server, you need to have AWS account, which I have already. But if you don't have AWS account, I will recommend you to create an AWS account. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you how to create a server. Creating a server is going to be very important. So see now. So first of all, open your tab and type AWS console. I have already my AWS console. Don't worry about it. If you don't know about how to create AWS account, so tomorrow on class, I'm going to show you how to create AWS account. Okay. Sign in. Okay, so now here if you see, we have logged into our AWS console. So guys, don't worry about how to create AWS account. So tomorrow I am going to show you. Okay. Tomorrow we have class at 4:30, so I'm going to tell you. Yeah, Monday we have some regular classes. It is workshop only, right? So Monday we are having regular classes. So click on EC2 here. Click on EC2. Sir, here first of all, what I'll do is I'll create one web server. Okay. So how to create one web server means, first of all, in dashboard, click on EC2. If you click on EC2, here you can see the virtual server. Virtual server means, I'll tell you what is the meaning of physical server and virtual server. I'll tell you. Guys, server means it's a physical server which is going to be seen and hosted. And virtual server means cloud servers. Okay. We have something called as normal server. Normal server means like physical server, but cloud server means virtual server. That means these servers are going to store on data centers. Okay. Physical servers are going to host on own building. Okay. So that's it. I'm talking about one more time. Server is nothing but physical server which you can see and touch. It is going to create on our own building. That means on our own building, we are going to host the servers. And virtual server means the servers which are going to create on cloud. That means data centers. Simply in one word, I'll tell you like this. Okay. Okay, then fine. Sir, here we are going to talk about virtual servers. Virtual server means the servers which is going to create on the cloud. So click on EC2. If you click on EC2, you can see something called as launch instance. Click on the drop down and click on launch instance. So I'm going to tell you a step by step. Sir, first of all, your step number one is, once I'm creating a server, I'm going to create a name. So the name I'm going to give is as web server. The name of the server is web server. It is your step number one. Sir, in step number one, once you are creating the server, I am going to give the name. The name is called as web server. Okay, which server? Web server. Second one, I am going to select the AMI. So guys, remember these steps are very, very important. Definitely for fresher, they will ask you on interview. What is the process of creating a server? At that time, you need to answer them correctly. Step number two is selecting an AMI. What is the meaning of AMI? Means Amazon machine image. What is the meaning of AMI? Means Amazon machine image. Sir, what does an AMI consist of? Means it consists of operating system, it will consist, some softwares it will consist, and some so on. Okay. Simply what we can consist of. So an AMI consists of software properties. Okay. AMI consists of software configuration. Simply. AMI consists of software configurations are like operating system, softwares, and so on, etc., which is used to run our application. Okay, software configuration means every operating system and everything comes like this only. Sir, you can ask me why we need to create an operating system for server. Means already on the very first slide I said, server is nothing but a computer. Once again, I'm telling, server is nothing but a computer. That means your computer need to have an operating system. That means server also need to have an operating system. Na? For that purpose, the operating system configuration, everything you are going to select on step number two. What is the step number two here? Step number two is selecting an AMI. AMI means Amazon Mission Image. It will consist of software configuration like operating system, softwares, etc. like this. Okay, then fine. Each AMI has different ID. Sir, every AMI will have different ID, sir. Every AMI will have different ID. Okay. So these are region specific. What is the meaning of region specific? Means if I create one AMI on Mumbai, currently I'm on Mumbai. If you go to Northern Virginia, the ID won't show for you. Of course, same AMI will be there and ID is going to be different for you. Okay. Each AMI has different ID and those are region specific. Okay. So this is about the AMI information. Of course, like we have a lot of things to discuss, but I am telling the basic stuff which is required for the workshop now. So first of all, step number 1 is we need to give a name. The name I have given as web server. Second number step, we have created an AMI. AMI means Amazon Mission Image. It consists of software configuration like operating system, softwares, etc. Each AMI have one different ID. Each AMI will have one different ID. And each ID is going to be different for specific regions. That's it, sir. Now your step number 3. I am going to discuss about your step number 3. Step number 3 is selecting instance type. Instance type. So here instance type I am going to take it as T2 micro. So what is the meaning of instance type? Means that for a computer we have given operating system. Okay, it is fine. But for the computer same time, sir, we need to give RAM and CPU or not, sir? So in this section, we are going to select, it consists of CPU and RAM. It consists of CPU and RAM. Sir, how much CPU will you get? Is one CPU you will get. In T2 micro, you will get one CPU as well as, and you can get 1 GB of RAM. 1 GB of RAM. I'll give like this 1 GB of RAM. Is the point clear? So it consists of CPU and RAM, sir. So it will consist of 1 CPU as well as 1 GB of RAM. Okay. So here we are using T series. Of course, total we have 90 families. So 90 families we have for the instance types. I hope it is clear for you. So in step number 3, what we are going to do is in step number 3, we are going to select the CPU and RAM information. Of course, I said server is nothing but a computer. To run our computer, we need to have CPU as well as we need to have RAM. So here we are getting 1 CPU as well as 1 GB of RAM. Total number of families here, T2 is a family, T3 is a family. Like that, we have total 90 families. So finally, was step number 4. Step number 4. Sir, what is the meaning of step number 4? Is here, first of all, I am selecting T2 micro. Here, if we go, instance type I have given T2 micro. 1 CPU I got, 1 GB of RAM also I have got. Sir, are the first 3 steps clear for you? Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Can you ping me on the comment? I would like to get response from every one of you. Why? Because it is an interactive session. Please ping me on the comment if you are able to understand. Okay. Otherwise, don't worry. Don't hesitate to ask me. I'll repeat 2 times, 3 times, 5 times as well. All I want is your satisfaction. Okay, fine. Like everyone is going to respond like very good. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So repeat step number 3. Okay. I'll repeat it so for you. Don't worry. Some of the lads asked here to repeat the step number 3. So step number 3 is nothing but instance type. That means here we are going to select CPU and RAM. What is the meaning of CPU and RAM? Means when you buy a computer, your computer must have 1 CPU and some GB of RAM, right? So like server is also a computer now. That means to process the information, to send response to the user, they need to have some CPU. Because CPU, without CPU, we cannot do anything. That part we know. And RAM is for processing and speed of the server. I hope it is clear for you now. So Karthik and Hussein, is the step number 3 clear for you, sir? And Vishnu too. Okay, fine. Okay, then. Okay, sir. Now, so what exactly I'm going to tell you? Step number 4. Step number 4 is nothing but key pair. I'm going to give the key pair. What is the meaning of key pair? Means it is for security purpose actually. I'm using PEM. Okay. Key pair means AWS will by default get 2 key pairs. AWS will give 2 keys. First one is public. Public is going to store by AWS. Second one is private. First one is public, na second one is what's are here private. So private is going to store by the owner, like user I am talking about. User means we. So key pair, we are using PEM type of key pairs. Okay. AWS when we create a key pair, we will have two keys. First, private key is going to serve by the user. When you connect both public key and private key, okay. So AWS will give two keys for each. First one is public key. Public key is going to serve by AWS only. Private key is going to serve by the user. Sir, why we are using this keys means to connect to our server securely. For example, sir, I'll tell one more example for you. See, it is my home, sir. I went to some outside. I went to some my outside. So what happened is one of the thief is directly trying to enter to my home. I put one password. Okay, that is like digital password. If the thief able to tell that password, but he cannot enter. Why? Because this thief doesn't have password. Only I have the password. That means only I can be able to enter to my home. Like this, whenever in real time server, if you have the key pair I only have. That means only I can be able to enter to the server. If some other user try to enter to the server, they cannot able to enter. Why? Because these guys are not having key pair. Okay. Key pair means it is used to connect our server securely. If you have the key pair, then only you can be able to connect to the key pair. If you don't have the key pair, you cannot able to connect to the server. So here I'm clicking on key pair. Key pair name I'm going to give it as workshop. Click on create new key pair. Key pair name is workshop. Key pair name is workshop. I am clicking on PEM form. Just click on create new key pair. Now your key pair is directly created, sir. That means with the help of the key pair only, you need to connect to server. If you don't have your key pair, you cannot able to connect to the server. It is your step number 4 now. And step number 5 is going to be very, very important and interesting. That is called as network settings. Remember, guys, step number 5 is very, very important. That is called as network settings. Network setting means here, first of all, you are going to select. Select the availability zone. Okay, availability zone. AZ means availability zone here. Okay. Select the network and AZ. Okay. So if we go to click on edit, by default it will come something. I don't want to prefer this one. Click on edit. Sir, if you click on edit, first of all, VPC is default VPC. By default, AWS will give one VPC, use that VPC. Separate means in which availability zone you want to create. Sir, in Mumbai, we have 3 data centers. Availability zones means here, remember, data centers. I am writing it very, very clearly. Availability zone means data centers. In Mumbai, we have 3 data centers, sir. How many data centers we have in Mumbai? 3. Okay. So you want it on 1A na, like 1B na, 1C na. I want it to create on 1A. So select on 1A. You can select 1B, 1C as well. Auto assign public IP. So definitely public IP address must be enabled. Okay. If you don't enable public IP, you are not able to connect your servers. Okay. So now fine here. What exactly I'm going to do is, I am going to create one security group. The security group name also I am going to give as workshop. Security group name is workshop only. Sir, what is the purpose of creating security group? Means security group is used to connect to our server. Without security group, we cannot connect to the server. Of course, we can connect, but applications will not work, guys. By default, we'll have SSH. So first of all, I'll write here VPC. VPC select default as well as and subnet. I am taking it as 1A. Of course, you can take 1B, 1C as well. Second one is create security group. In security group, by default we have SSH. Okay, by default we have SSH. Second one I'm going to give is all traffic. All traffic I'm going to give it. Click on add security group. Click on type. You can see all traffic here. If you click on all traffic, instead of custom, put on anywhere. That's it, sir. That's it. Only 2 things. First one is selecting the availability zone and network. Second one is creating security group. Security group by default you have SSH. So I have given all traffic. In that all traffic I have given anywhere. Anywhere, that's it. It is step number 5 and finally step number 6. Step number 6 are for server. is nothing but computer. You said na. For computer we have ROM to store. RAM is for processing only. ROM is to store the data. But for in server we have multiple large number of data, right? So in order to store the data, we are using EBS volume. Okay, here we are using step number 3, EBS volume. Sorry, 6. EBS volume. EBS means elastic block storage. Okay, EBS. So simply I can call it as volume. What is the volume? Means elastic block storage volume. So by default, we have 8 GB of volume, sir. We can extend up to 30 GB free. Okay. By default, we will have only 8 GB of volume from the EBS. Only 8 GB of volume from the EBS. Vivo LUME. But sir, we can extend up to maximum 30 GB, sir. How much we can maximum extend up to 30 GB? So this point you can remember. In real time, they will ask you. What they will ask you means, okay, sir, how much GB of free and how much we can extend? Means by default 8 GB will be free, but 30 GB can extend up to. So this is your step number 6. And finally, your step number 7 is the review. What is your step number 7 is? Review. Review means up to now what you have done. You can review the changes and launch. Okay, I'll review all of the changes. Sir, first of all, what is the meaning of server? It is a computer that runs services. It is to serve the end users. So server means we have two servers. One is physical server, second is on our own building. Cloud server is going to be on our data centers. Okay. Next. Sir, here coming to the types of servers, we have mainly web server. What is the meaning of web server? Means it is used to for the front end part. In real time for application, we have front end code and back end code. Na? For the front end part, we are using web server. And second one is app server. What is the meaning of app server? App server is used for the back end purpose. Okay. Front end example is Apache. Back end purpose is Tomcat. Of course, we have a lot of things, but I am telling basic examples here. And third one is database server, sir. What is the purpose of using database server? Is to store the data. To store the data. Sir, okay, sir, you are telling about server is to host the application, right? So if I want to host the application, I need to create one server. Sir, how to create server means how many steps we have means 7 steps we have. Step number 1 is to create the name. So already if you go to here, your step number 1 is giving the name. I have given the name as web server. Your step number 1. After that, your step number 2 is we need to select one AMI, sir. What is the meaning of AMI? Means Amazon Mission Image. It consists of the software configuration. What is the meaning of software configuration? It will have the operating system, it will have the softwares and so on. So here each AMI has different ID. Each AMI has different ID. That means here multiple AMIs. Multiple AMIs are going to have multiple IDs which are region specific. So step number 3 is instance type. What is the meaning of instance type? Means here we are going to select T2 micro, sir. It consists of RAM and CPU information, which is your step number 3. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. And your step number 4 is key pair. Key pair is used to connect to our server very securely. Here we have two type of key pairs. First one is public key, second one is private key. Public key is owned by the AWS, private key is owned by the user. What is the purpose of connecting with the help of security key pair? Means it will provide some additional security. Simple. So step number 5 is networking. So here we select our VPC subnet. Subnet means data centers here. So after that we select the security. By default we will have SSH and we have given all traffic anywhere. So step number 6 is volume. Elastic block storage we are going to create. By default we have 8 GB of volume and we can extend up to 30 GB. So now your step number 7 is review and launch. So here you can see click on launch instance. Sir, is the server creation part clear for all of you or are you having any doubts or queries? Can you ping me on the comment once? So which OS means here we are considering Linux, Amazon Linux, okay? Okay, step number 2, see, nothing. Step number 2 is, sir, here we are going to select the Amazon mission image. Okay, see. Step number 2 means AMI. It is nothing but Amazon mission image. Sir, why we need to use the Amazon mission image? It means I want to create a server. That means the server need to have some software configuration, right? Software configuration means operating system, some of the inbuilt software, etc. So operating system and softwares by default come on Amazon mission image. Okay. Inside the Amazon mission image, we have now operating system. Here, see, application and operating system we are going to have. Okay. So inside this Amazon Linux, I have the Linux operating system. I am selecting from here only. If I click on drop down, I have a lot of images here. So I can select from here. Whatever the image I want, I can select the image here. Of course, you can take any of the image, depends upon your requirements. Now, I have taken the image. I hope it is clear for you. So who asked this doubt? Nageshwar Rao and Ram. I hope it is clear for both of you, right? Okay, fine. Sir, why Linux mission? Why not Windows? Means, guys, remember in real time, 90%, not 90, 95% of your servers are running on Linux operating system. If you want, you can search on Google. 95% of the servers we are using one Linux operating system only, not Windows. Okay. Now, okay, fine. I'm going to launch my instance. Once I launch my instance, I'm going to show you how to create an application. So to create the application, I have some source code, which is the free and open source. Of course, like the source code, we do not to create this. Why? Because source code, we have multiple places to take. I have the source code from the GitHub. In GitHub, I have the Netflix clone application. I already have it, and I'm going to give it for you. So now from here, we are going to discuss about installing Apache Web Server. Sir, I already said here we are going to work on Apache Web Server. That means we are going to work on front end part. Sir, to work on front end part, we need to have Apache Web Server, right? So that means we need to install Apache Web Server. How to install Apache Web Server means installing Apache Server. So here step number 1 is we need to give the command yum install. By is the yum is the package manager. Yum is the package manager. Log update or modified. I am installing. Installing means action. Okay, what is the package I'm installing? Apache. Apache means HTTPD. Apache means HTTPD -y means yes. Okay. So first of all, give this comment. So, sir, here my server is running now. My server is on running state. Click on this one. Click on connect option here. Of course, I am using Mobextrom. You don't know about Mobextrom, but I'll tell you later. Okay. You can connect from this one as well, browser. Okay, let me connect from browser instead of Mobextrom. Directly click on connect option. So from the browser, you can able to directly connect to the server. So now you are able to connect to your server. Wait for it. Sir, first of all, there are some updates are here. Go for the update. Sudo yum update. Okay, what is the meaning of yum? Means in Linux, everything we need to install packages. Yum is the package manager. Again and again, I'm telling yum is the package manager to all of you. Okay, yum is the package manager, which is used for update. Give -y for yes. So now in our server, we have updates. These updates are going to be installed now. If you see, the updates are going to be running now. Okay, so now updates are done. So log into the root user sudo -i. I'm going to the root user. Sir, I'm clearing the screen. Just to type clear. If you type clear, the screen is going to be clear now. Sir, now I want to install Apache Web Server. Why? Because I want to host my front-end part, right? I need to install my Apache Web Server. What is the command yum? Yum is the package manager. Okay. Apache means HTTPD. Apache means HTTPD. HTTPD I want to install, sir. HTTPD I want to install. How you can install with the help of the yum package manager? I hope this command is very clear for you, but I'll tell you one more time. Sir, I want to install Apache. Apache means HTTPD. What you want to do with the help of HTTPD? I want to install it. I want to install it. Sir, how can you install? Means to install packages on Linux, you have package manager called yum. Yum is the package manager. With the help of the yum, I want to install Apache. Hit enter. It will ask permission. Give yes, why? That's it. Your Apache is installed, sir. Now your Apache is installed. Okay, fine. Sir, your Apache is installed. Now clear the screen. Step number 1 is done. After step number 1 is done, in step number 2, you need to start the service. Systemctl start HTTPD. So remember, whenever you download a service, Apache is a service here. Apache is a service here. Okay. Sir, whenever a service is downloaded, you need to start the service. How to start the service? Okay. First of all, I want to start the service. Which service? HTTPD is a service. I want to do what, sir? Start it. I want to do what? Start it. How you can start means we have the command called systemctl. Systemctl is the command used to start the service. Hit enter. So now your service is started. If you want to check, now give the up arrow. Instead of start, you can give the status now. You need to get green color now. Sir, is your Apache HTTP server running, sir? Is your Apache HTTP server running, sir? What is the command to install, sir? Means to installation command is yum install HTTPD to install, and to start the service, the command is systemctl start service, HTTPD, and to check the status, same command, systemctl instead of start, you can get the status. Okay, then fine. Sir, now you have your Apache Web Server ready. Apache Web Server is ready now. It is on running status. Which status? Running. So once it is running, what is our main requirement? Our main requirement is to host the application. Our main requirement is to host the application. Already I have the code here. I have bookmark you for it. So yeah. So here I have the Netflix clone application. It is my Netflix clone application. So what you can do is you can directly clone this one. How to clone this one means, sir, first of all, go to cd/var www.html. It is the path. It is the path where you need to place all your stuff. If you don't go this path, you cannot able to host the application. Okay. To host the application, it is the path. First of all, you need to go cd/var www.html. And sir, your source code is on Git now. Your source code is on Git. So that means your source code is on GitHub. From the GitHub, you want to get your source code to our server. So it is our GitHub server. From this server, I want to get the source code to my local. What I can do is, first of all, you need to install the Git. What is the command? Yum install Git. Why? Because if you don't have Git, the source code will not take. Or else what I can do is, I can give the command git clone. Git clone and copy the source code here. Guys, whatever the steps I'm giving, directly give it on your server. Don't worry. So if you give the command git clone, git command is not found. Why? Because there is no git install, sir. So now install git. I want to work with git. That means I want to install git. Same pattern. I want to install git. To install git, what is the package manager we use? Yum is the package manager. Hit enter. So now give yes. To install git, what is the package manager? Yum. Not only git. You can use any package with the yum package manager. Clear the screen. So now give same command, sir. I am giving the same command. Git to clone this part. So now if you see, your source code is coming. So here I am giving yum install git -y and I give the command git to clone. It is a repository. In this repository, you have the source code. Guys, this repository is from the internet. You can find these repositories, lot of things on internet. Sir, now you have source code on this path, right? So what exactly I'm going to do is, in this folder ls pjw, you have lot of files. So move, I'm moving the files, move pwj star to dot. That means I am moving the files from the repository to current folder. That's it. Now you got all the folders here. That's it, guys. Your application is ready. Okay, your application is ready. What I'm going to do is simple. I have given the git clone and I run one command, move this pwj Netflix clone. I have some files here. These files I'm going to move to current directory. Like this is the command you need to use. Once you give it, what I'm going to do is I copy my public IP address and I open the browser, paste it. Sir, now in my server, you are going to see the Netflix application. Wait 1 second. So sometimes the cache will not load. Give me 1 second. Yes, without providing PIM also we can able to connect to browser, Deepak. Okay. I will show you how to connect one more time. So copy the public IP address of the server. Public IP address, you can find it here. Paste it. New column 8. Sir, are you getting this one, sir? Is your application coming? I'll check it on one more browser. I'll check it on one more browser for your confirmation. Sir, this is not coming. If you observe, this is not coming. I'll tell you like why it is not coming. I'll share everything for you, don't worry, but focus on the class for now. Sir, when I am trying to access the application from the server, the application is not coming. Connection timeout, it is not coming. Why it is not coming means here we have something to understand. So we are on cd var www system. First of all, I'll remove this project rm hyphen rm pwg. So I have a lot of things here. I have index.html here. I have assets. I have a lot of things here. Copy this one now and paste it here. So still, even though we are not able to get the application, why we are not able to get the application means here you need to observe something very clearly. I'll check the status is there or not. Guys, here there is something crazy to understand. Like I would like to get from you. So very small thing. Yes, wrong IP address, exactly. Sir, here if you see, I have given all the details here. Like while I'm on mute, I said you. While I'm copying the public IP address, the public IP address 5 is missing, sir. If you go and see here, there is no 5. But the moment once I give 5 here, hit enter. Remove this one. Why? Because it has some already cache, right? I have given 5 here, and if you click on enter, see what will happen here now. Last time also I have given 5 here. Last time also I have given 5, but it is not coming. Sir, why it is not coming, sir? 1 second, let me connect to charger. Sir, still it is not coming, sir. You said IP address is wrong. Okay, I have given IP address correctly, but why it is not coming? Means first of all, remember troubleshooting I am talking about now. So here, first of all, we need to check whether our security group will have 80 port enabled or not. Here, if you see, there is no all traffic. For that purpose, it is not coming, sir. Sir, previously I have shown you how to give all traffic, but it is not having all traffic now. That means something I have configured mistakenly. So now I click on launch wizard. Click on launch wizard. I'll click on edit inbound rules. Edit inbound rules. Click on add rule. So now give all traffic. Previously I have given all traffic, but again I change it second time, right? It is not coming. So now all traffic I have given, sir. All traffic. All traffic means 80 port will be an all traffic only. So outbound also you need to give all traffic. Edit outbound. Guys, don't worry about this server creation and everything. Why? Because I'm going to explain you on tomorrow's class as well. Don't worry about it. Just understand the flow. All traffic here also I have given all traffic. All traffic means 80 port will be there. Back. And I am going to give SSH as well. SSH. That's it. Don't worry about this changing of process, okay? So now copy your public IP address, sir. You will get it now. You will get my application. Live application I'm going to show you now. Live Netflix application. Hit enter. Now you will get the Netflix application. Sir, is it our Netflix dashboard or not, sir? Tell me. So Netflix and background sign in, email address and password, everything you are going to see or not, sir? Sir, not only me, I developed this application on server. If you want to access the application, what I'm going to do is I am going to give it for everyone in the comments. So I have given some URL, copy that URL, you will also get the same thing. Guys, here I am not here to tell the direct things. I'll tell you troubleshooting purpose. If application is not working, what you need to do. And one more thing is, don't access the application. I'll tell you, sir, if I want to know how many people are accessing my application, there is something called as, I'll tell you one file name, file/name access. Okay. So go to this path. I'm copying this path. And if I give tail-100f and this path, now whoever are login, I'm getting my live log. Sir, this is my live log, sir. If you see the people who are accessing my application, I'm getting the live logs. That means, okay, so my application is accessing by the user. I'm getting the response like this. I'm getting what? Response like this. 200 means my success code. 200 means my success code here. If you try to log in the application, guys, I have given one URL, right? Try to access that application. See, if I'm getting like this, my application is getting accessed. Lot of people are accessing my application. So this is how the live real-time applications are going to work, but it is only front-end part. Don't worry about the back-end part. Back-end part also I'm going to tell you on our next upcoming classes. See how many responses you are getting. Lot of responses we are getting, right? So previously it is not showing. Why? Because sir, previously we haven't given all traffic. I already said in the box here. What I said, sir, here. So network here, security group. Security group main purpose is to allow the traffic. If I don't allow traffic, it is not going to work for you. Okay, so that's the thing. I hope it is clear for you. Okay, so that's it, guys. It is the way how you are going to work with the real-time applications. Okay, it is just a basic application. Real time, you are going to see advanced applications like this. Okay. So now I would like to get one thing from you. So the demo is done, right? So I would like to get one thing from you. So please respond, all of you. I will answer all your queries and doubts. Okay. So I'll also show you how to connect database, but not now. It is only workshop, right? We are going to have the batch. So how the demo is for you? Like we have done one workshop, right? So it depends upon the teaching and the way of explanation and way of real-time scenarios. Out of 5, how can you rate, sir? Can you ping me in the comments? Out of 5. I would like to get a response from every one of you. Out of 5, how much you rate, sir? Okay, 5, 4.5, 5. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, great. Like it is a great response from all of you. A lot of people here I am seeing like 4.5 and 5 only. So that's great. Okay. Thank you for your response, guys. And like I would have to tell one thing. So it is only workshop, right? So from Monday, we are going to start the batch actually. Okay. So this course is DevOps course. Along with DevOps, you are going to learn AWS as well as Linux as well. It is a course syllabus document. So this document is going to be like very lengthy. What are the courses you are going to learn? Everything is going to be very big course, guys. Like whenever you go for other institutes, right, they will teach only some basics, but here it is not basic. With this course, you can easily put 3 years of experience. Lot of my previous batch students went with the 3 years of experience only with this course. Okay, here the demo is just only basic demo I have to tell you. But if you learn this course, if the people who is having year gap, you can go up to 3 years of experience easily. Okay. And coming to the project wise, you are going to have 5 real-time projects. Guys, not 1 or 2. I am going to teach you 5 real-time projects. Okay. Along with this daily task also I am going to provide, and weekly assignments I will provide, as well as I am going to provide projects as well. Along with this, we are going to have mentor support. That means if you come to the offline session after the class, you can engage with the mentors. Okay. If you are having any doubts and queries, you can ask me, or either you can ask mentors as well. Okay, we are going to help you. So after the class, no one is going to be on your lab sessions if it is another institute, but here we are into your lab sessions. Whatever the stuff you are going to learn in class, if you are practicing a lab, if you are getting any doubt, we are there to help your doubts and queries. Okay, so from Monday onwards, the time is going to be 4:30 p.m. From Monday onwards, we are going to start our batch. The timings will be 4:30 p.m. Indian time zone. Okay, along with this, you can freely learn AWS. I'm going to teach you AWS as well as you can learn the Linux administrator course. These two are very free for you, and the cost is going to be very, very minimal cost. That is only 8,000 rupees. In this 8,000 rupees, you are learning DevOps. You will learn some AWS basics and you will learn some Linux administrator course, and you can get the knowledge of 3 years of experience as well. Apart from all of this, you are going to have the lab support as well. So these are the perks and benefits. Sir, if you see the syllabus is going to be very, very big syllabus. Sir, I'm going to give syllabus for you. Wherever you go for the market, like wherever institute you go, you can't get more syllabus than this. That's for damn sure. Let me upload syllabus for you. One second, let me upload syllabus. One second, guys, I'll give it for you. Okay, I have given this one for you as well as I'm giving today's class notes as well. Take the class notes too. One second, let me give all of this. Got it. Okay. Okay, so now I'll get back to your doubts and queries. So main the Linux admin time. So you have 4:30 batch as well as you have 6 p.m. batch as well, Ram. So course name is DevOps. So fees 8,000 I already said. How much cost? 8,000. Syllabus I have just now sent you. So after 6 p.m. we don't have any batches currently, but soon we are going to have batch, but not now, but soon we are having. Next, proxy means, guys, Vinayak, proxy means instead of your server, some dummy server is going to be sent response for the user. That is what you call as proxy server. Okay. So, and if anybody want to attend tomorrow's class, please ping our Naresh IT admin. Okay, you can call to Naresh IT. They will going to send a link for you. Okay. So for Zoom link, if you want the Zoom link, I'll send the Zoom link for you. I'll get the meeting ID for you. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. So I'll give you Zoom link for you. So guys, that is the link I have given to you. So course content I already given a document. Please check your inboxes. Okay. So Afzal, currently I don't have any batches on like morning Afzal, but in soon like I am going to take 9 AM batch. Okay, not now. It will take at least a couple of weeks from now. Of course, you can join on this batch. If anybody is having time concern, you can join on this batch and you can shift to my next batch as well. That is also free of cost for you. So now, any doubts or any queries from your end? I am working on person, so 4 p.m. batch is not possible. If you could start evening batch next month, it will be appreciated. Yeah, definitely, guys. We are going to start evening batch as well. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, still any doubts or any queries from your end, guys? All in full. So, everything we are going to learn live, real content only. I'm not going to teach you the basic content. Whatever the content you are going to learn from me is completely the real-time orientation content and very in-depth content. I have already given syllabus copy, right? If you want syllabus copy, please contact our Naresh IT admins. They are going to send you the syllabus copy and everything they will send you. Okay. Okay, then thank you guys for connecting today. So we'll meet you on very next class. Thank you. So Neeraj, it is not for your batch. For Java full stack, you are going to have some separate DevOps batch. Please contact your admin. Okay. As a fresher, can we get job on AWS? Guys, as a fresher, AWS jobs are very, very difficult. But instead of AWS, I suggest DevOps for you. Why? Because if you learn only AWS, it is not going to helpful for you. Lot of people are asking DevOps only. And Ram, what is your doubt? Are you unable to, like, I am getting lot of queries, guys. Like till now, I have got 100 messages. So something I cannot, I'll miss something definitely. Why? Because here I'm getting a lot of queries, right? But don't worry, how to install Apache server to connect it. Ram, that's what I said, right? I think you haven't listened to this one. I have given the document. So you need to pass some commands to the server. Then only you can be able to install Apache Web Server. And how to connect to EC2 means it is very easy, Ram. Okay, first of all, you have server, right? Click on the checkbox. If you click on the checkbox, you will be see connect option. So click on one more connect. It is the way how to connect to the server. I hope it is clear for you, Ram, now. That's it. Star, if there is any process to deploy application server and anyone create and deploy for free of cost. Server is not free of cost. For server, you need to pay the money. For deployment, it is free of cost. Why? Because for deployment, we are using open source tools, right? Open source tools is not going to charge anymore for you. I hope it is clear for you, for us to say. Okay, don't worry. Like if you are having any doubts or queries, tomorrow also we can connect. So tomorrow the lab time is class time is 4:30. So we'll meet you on tomorrow's class. Bye everyone.